All right, what's going on, everybody? Thanks for tuning back in and watching another half-hour video of me talking to myself, but we'll try to spice it up. So, as you can tell by the thumbnail of this video, we're gonna be working on a square body today. But to make this one a little bit different, this is not mine for a change. You know, I've cut down my square body buying habits, and we're kind of good, so we just work on them for other people now. I usually don't film my clients' projects that I do here, but this is an exception because obviously it's a square body. Let me give you a little walk around and tell you what we're gonna be doing. So the truck is a 1980 C10. It's a custom deluxe. Oh, also, I'm gonna be telling you from what I know of the car. If I say something wrong and the owner's watching this, then I'm sorry. I didn't know. But anyways, let's get back to it. Yeah, it's a 1980 Chevy C10 custom deluxe. I thought 79 was the last year that they made this front end, but I guess I'm wrong. It's probably early 80 and then later 80 is when they changed to that weird looking single front end, which is more square. Motor wise, we have a 350 small block, or what's left of one, paired with a 4-speed on the floor. Interior looks like it's been redone a bit. We have the nice leather seats and the new dash and door panels. We also have a carpet that we're gonna be putting in here. Bed wise, it has a step side bed, which in my opinion looks pretty cool, but we're gonna be putting a fleet side bed on it. I don't know if I'm gonna end up doing it, but a fleet side is going to be on this truck at some point. As you can see, the back was already dropped and the front is not, so it has this weird looking lean to it now. That's where we come in. We're going to be doing all new brake lines, new small block in it. We're going to be finishing the drop kit in the front and tearing apart the whole front end basically to do all that. And while we're there, we're going to paint inner fenders, paint the frame rails and all the chassis, and paint all of the engine bay. Everything's going to be black. And that's pretty much it. We'll see how quickly we can get all this done. But yeah, with that said, let's get to work. I got my Crocs on, the cogs back, ready to go. Since we're taking apart the whole front end, we might as well start with the hood. My dog doesn't stop barking. Probably put this all in bags and label it so I don't lose myself. These bolts are from the hood. Should probably get some help. Alright, well the hood's off. We got the bolts here. Old girl's heavy. I have to get some help, but that's alright. I think that's the heaviest part of this whole thing. Alright, now I'm taking off the whole front end and fenders. That's one. That's two. And that makes it three. So I just took off the front grille piece. I was looking at the radiator. This thing's been through it. Holy crap. I'm surprised this thing's not leaking. All right, moving on to the boomer. She looks like she takes a whole lot of WD-40. All right, we're totally not gonna act like I was inside for 4 or 5 hours because I feel like absolute dog crap. But all the bumper bolts should be off. And it should pull off easy. Notice how I said should. Why would it pull off easy? Oh, well, probably the fact that there's still bolt slits, stupid. It's out. The more we work on this thing, the lighter it gets. And not because we're removing parts, but because they're falling off. Holy crap, dude. Dang. Alright, well now we got the whole front end stripped off, we can actually move on to the fun part, which is taking off the fenders. And so we almost got this fender out, but look at all this freaking rust and rat's nuts that's come out of here. Look at that hole. So we're gonna need a new inner fender for the passenger side at least. And so it might be a good option to put in a new core support. Alright, going back. Back it up there! Alright, we gotta figure out this antenna issue before we take anything else off. Round two. We got one side off. All right, we got both front, inner, and outer fenders removed. I was gonna film me removing this one, but as I was going to grab the camera, this thing kind of fell on me, so I made the executive decision to not give her that fame of being on camera. So we're still gonna have some fun removing this core support now. Paid. All right, well, we got the whole front end basically stripped off. Next on the list is taking out the motor. So I'm gonna go through the tedious, boring process of marking everything that is gonna be taken off once the motor's off, so I know where it goes when it goes back. I'm not gonna bore you guys with this, so we'll be back once this motor is on its way out. All right, good morning, everybody. Please excuse my hair. I gotta go get a haircut. I'm not in a fight with my barber, I promise. We got the motor all mocked up with the engine hoist, so you know what that means. We're ready to get it out. Just take out the motor mount bolts, and everything should be loose for the most part. I think it's game time. The goal is to lift it from here and put it on that tire over there. You're lying. You gave up on me. Wow. Oh, Jack gave up on me. I don't think that's good. She don't want to go nowhere now. Luckily, I have a replacement jack. All right, let's see if this jack's a little bit nicer. It wasn't easy, but we got it done. I say it wasn't easy because I weigh about 140 pounds and that motor weighs double me, so. Yeah, we got everything pretty much stripped out, but now we're moving on to taking out all these old brake lines. Basically everything that you see here, besides the chassis, is gonna be off, so we can sand everything down, spray it, and build everything back together. I got a new helper today. So what's up to Fred? Fred is no longer with us. All right, so I'm not sure how good this is gonna work, but we're taking out the trans, and I don't really have a trans jack. You know, those ones that have like the big bars that you can strap down the jack or strap down the trans to. So as I was putting this one down here, I was like, well, if it decides to come forward, it's gonna fall on my face. So that's a little sketch. And you know, it's not gonna be fine on that. So what we did, we got a ratchet strap, we put it around the bell housing. If you come up here, we got a cherry picker tied with a ratchet strap for more support. It's a good strap. That, a little bit on the ground. All right, so next up, we have this brake rotor or brake caliper on this side that's stuck. This thing does not roll at all. So we're gonna try taking off the caliper. Ooh, Jesus, word. Oh boy, that's what it was. If you can't notice what I did there, I tried spinning the rotor, and obviously it was stuck, and I couldn't get the caliper out, but I cut the live And I guess there was something stuck in the line, and that's what was holding the pressure in. And now it's loose, so that's good. I'm not gonna take anything apart here yet because I want to roll it out first before, I want to roll it out to clean it first before taking anything apart. So before we do that, since I'm gonna be taking apart the brake lines all the way to the back, the bed is already unbolted and stuff. It's just lift it off and get it out of the way. So I think I'm gonna do that versus going under the truck and trying to do everything under the truck. We're gonna move the U-Haul out of here, push this thing forward and pull the bed out. Then we'll push it out and clean it up. All right, now we got the bed all cleared out. The plan is to get the cherry picker again. It's becoming my new best friend, but get the cherry picker again with some ratchet straps on all 4 points and pick it up out of the way. All right, well, let's see how well this works. Come on now. This actually went a lot smoother than I thought it would have. I mean, come on. For one guy and a cherry picker and a couple straps, we did pretty good. We're gonna roll it out now and start cleaning this old girl up. We got it all cleaned up. That pressure cleaner does miracles. I'm deaf, but it's worth it because it's clean. All nice and stripped. This thing freaking sanded down the frame. So all we gotta do is give it a good wire wheel. She'll be good for a nice Rust-Oleum paint job. All right, what's going on, everybody? It's Friday, party time. Not really, but we're taking a break on this thing because kind of got to a stopping point. I could take off these lines, but I'm not really gonna do any of that until I start getting the parts in for what I need. And the same for the suspension. I could take it apart, but if I do, then I have this big thing in the way that I can't move if I have to. But on the other hand, apart from this truck, we have this full suspension kit that we're gonna be installing on this 87 Grand National that we're doing. So if you haven't seen it in other videos, we're completely redoing this car. We're doing the suspension, obviously. We did a brake conversion. As you can see, these come with like the electronic brake booster. So we converted that. And we also added these nice looking wheels. They're from Jegs with some Mickey Thompsons. We got the skinnies in the front and the meaty boys in the back. We're gonna be installing this 2-inch lowering kit. My dog's gonna be helping me out. She's already unpacking it for me. So I've never really lowered a G-body before, but it's pretty self-explanatory, right? Spring, shocks, and sway bar? I don't know, we'll find out. The chrome ones are stronger, right? I'm gonna act like we're getting started now, but I already did finish the other side. I kind of wanted to do it off camera since I've never lowered one of these cars before. It was kind of a mission, you know, this is kind of like 4 hours later, the sun's already going down. Here, I'll show you. We painted everything, made it look good. Painted the brake, changed the brake pads. I went and got a new lower ball joint. It's in there. A new upper ball joint in here. If you see this space, it's supposed to be like that. For some reason, they give them a 1/2 inch. They said it's for camber or something. I don't know. Some of you might know more than me, but yeah. I hope that when we finish it and we drop it all on the ground, it looks good and it's at the height that I want it, but we'll see, because I really don't want to take this apart again. That's out. And free ground out of it. Put the nut back on so we don't lose it. 3/8 Allen key will take off the caliper. You would think that I would have sockets to take this off, but I don't. So once we get those 2 bolts out, I like to use a little metal zip tie. It is what it is. So as you might have noticed, anything with like GM independent front suspension, 90s and back, they decided to rivet it on there because thank you, Chevy, you know, thank you, GM, you know, they're wonderful for that. So now we get to do this. We got all 4 rivets out of there. This is kind of what they look like. Now it's time to take out that shock so you can drop down the spring and take off the spindle. Bombs away. Penny, come here. Hey, you're gonna die. Hello. My pickle fork's a little busted. I guess that's what happens when you get the Harbor Freight Special, right? All right, let's see how well this works. All right, well, that's good. Let's get this all cleaned up, painted up, and looking right. All right, I had some company over, so I got a little distracted, but we got everything painted now, and I guess you don't have to go through the boring part of me pressing in the lower ball joint or bolting in the upper one. Party time. All right, so now we get the ratchet strap to hold it there, kind of. It's the last coil. And leave it right there. And then we're gonna grab this side. Move it over like this. And hook her back on up here. So, now she's got tension. Don't ask me how I managed to fill up 256 gigabytes on a brand new phone already, but I managed. I deleted some stuff that I didn't realize and I kept on building, so we're kind of done with the front. But it's all right, because, you know, we still got the back to enjoy. But I mean, nothing really back here or up here happened after what you guys saw. Everything's mounted up, looking good, same as that side. Now we see if all the work we did was worth it or not. If this thing doesn't drop and I have to redo this all over again. It's a little bit lower, but still not low enough. You can see we're trying to close that gap. Before we had like 2 inches of gap, now we have maybe 1.5. So I'm sitting here thinking a little bit. It's almost midnight. Taking all day doing the front, and I still need to do the back. But if I do the back today, then I'm gonna have to take apart the front again, basically redo it. I mean, take out everything, cut the spring, put it back. I'm contemplating whether or not, instead of doing the back today and just kind of finishing the suspension, I just take apart the front again, leave it the way it's supposed to be, and then I'll tackle the back another day, because the back isn't that bad. All right, we made our decision. I don't know if you could tell by the front being jacked up again, but we're gonna be redoing the front. We can have at least one part finished. You know how this goes, kind of, so I'm gonna knock it out real quick and be right back. I know I said I was gonna show you guys once I'm done. I'm not done yet. I mean, I kind of did one side, but that's the fitment I was looking for. Oh, I can't wait to get this thing on the ground. It's 1:30. We got the front suspension all finished up. We got the sway bar in there with the end links. 2 hours later, let's see if that made a difference. I think a little bit of a difference. Oh my God, that is talking. That is. Oh, that looks so freaking hard, dude. Look at that thing. Oh, it's 2 in the morning, but seeing that makes me want to do the back now. I'm thinking it's a little too low in the front. The alignment's just really off, because on this side, I can't even stick my hand under here, right? That's as far as I can get it in there. And then if you come over to this side, I can stick my hand all the way in here. Right here. 3 inches, right? Over here, 2.5 inches, if that. So I'm hoping it's an alignment issue and they could just pull that wheel in once we get it done, because it's Monday now, so it took the weekend off. That front on the Buick really drained me. We're totally not gonna act like I didn't forget to film basically half of the lowering part on the back of the Grand National. That's all right, you know, we're very forgetful here, but it's all right. Anyways, we have the back all stripped down. All springs are out, shocks are out, the sway bar's out. Next up, we started wire wheeling all of the frame and axle. We're still not done. This side too, kind of wire wheeled everything. Still missing the axle. Once we get done with that, we're gonna spray it, and then the back is pretty easy. All we had to do is undo the shocks, undo the sway bar, and springs came out. Yeah, we're gonna do the same, building it back, put in the new sway bar and the new shocks, and should be good to go. You guys remember I'm always talking about being consistent and stuff, right? So we're consistent and not filming, and we basically got the suspension all bolted in. Only thing left right now is that sway bar for the rear. We're gonna bolt that up. I'll give you a closer look. We kind of Rust-Oleum the diff a little bit, gave her a quick makeup job. Got the spring on there, got the shock on there. Now actually that I'm talking right now, forgot to tighten this one. So we gotta tighten this one and it'll be good. Just a sway bar and drop her, see what she looks like. I have some lazy ass helpers. We got the sway bar under here. Let's see how well this goes. Oh, now you wanna come help? I don't know if there's a good angle or not, but alright, so we lowered it, but it's rubbing here a little bit now, which I expected because it already was before. So we're gonna do a little 4 or 5 millimeter spacer to bring it out, because either way it kind of has that right there. So we'll roll the fender and stick it out. This thing's looking badass, but I think there's either like a body mount issue, because this is the frames on the body, or the body on frame, because on this side it'll rub here and it's rubbing in the back too, but it's rubbing on the back side of the wheel, and here it's rubbing on the front side. So I'm hoping with an alignment the front will get fixed, and then with the spacers in the back it'll be fine. All right, got the Grand National outside. We're kind of seeing when it clears up a bit. It's been running a bit rough. Yeah, we got it outside. It's looking good. Whole drop kit is done already. The front's pretty dropped and it is rubbing a bit. You can kind of tell by the tire there. But I think we're just gonna end up kind of trying to roll it or trim away whatever it's rubbing on, because kind of want to leave it like that. So yeah, it's looking good though. But yeah, with that said, that's gonna be pretty much it for this video. Pretty much wrapped up with this car as far as what we're gonna do. Next up is sending it to paint and the mint square body. We have a whole list of stuff in store for that one, so make sure to stay tuned for the next video on that whole build series. Next video, can't really tell you what we'll be doing, but it's going to be super exciting. It involves a U-Haul. Everyone stay posted, trying to stay consistent again. If you like what I'm doing, I'm still kind of getting comfortable with this whole YouTube thing and trying to kind of find my kind of comfortable spot of how I like filming and how I like doing it. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that awesome cringy stuff that everyone says at the end of the video. We'll be here for the next one, and enjoy.